Welcome back. Today, we're diving into the latest controversies surrounding Hasan Piker and his streamer circle, and it's a tangled web of allegations, extreme rhetoric, and platform double standards. From social isolation claims to abuse incidents and debates over race and privilege. This story exposes the harsh realities of online fame. Recently, Hasan has claimed that he is being deliberately isolated from his streamer friends, framing this as a political attack. He suggests that others are distancing themselves because of his political views, portraying himself as the target of orchestrated opposition. On stream, he has escalated this narrative, mocking his perceived enemies, labeling them with extreme political and racial language, and positioning himself as uniquely qualified to comment on complex issues, referencing his academic background in political science. This pattern is significant. Hasan presents himself as a victim while simultaneously disparaging others for minor or unrelated infractions. By inflating his credentials and framing opposition as illegitimate, he creates a self-reinforcing narrative that strengthens his online persona while undermining accountability. Observers note that this approach is a textbook example of online radicalization dynamics, where extreme claims are amplified within a supportive echo chamber. Meanwhile, other figures in his circle have been involved in incidents that raise serious ethical questions. Streamers like Nina Lynn and Zoe Spencer were recorded assaulting a male streamer during a public event, yet the platform response was minimal. Offline TV streamer Toast later described his own experience with Nina Lynn during a sponsored event, recounting inappropriate behavior that occurred in front of cameras. These incidents highlight a troubling double standard. Harassment and assault against men often receive less scrutiny than minor offenses or jokes, exposing systemic biases in how platforms enforce rules. Race and privilege have also become central flashpoints. Streamer Valkyrie Ray faced backlash for comments about her friend QT being too white, attempting to frame it as a conversation about privilege. Critics argue that her statements were performative and did not contribute constructively to the discussion. This mirrors Hasan's broader commentary style, broad, generalized claims about race and society, often delivered as moral authority to a receptive audience. Public critics, including Ethan Klein, have highlighted how this culture of moral policing can escalate to unrealistic behavioral expectations, creating pressure for individuals to publicly disown minor offenses or private relationships. A consistent theme throughout these controversies is the echo chamber effect. Hasan and his circle often engage with audiences and peers who reinforce extreme views and victim narratives. This creates a feedback loop. Sensational claims generate engagement, engagement reinforces credibility, and accountability becomes secondary to online clout. Fans see this as justification, while outsiders perceive it as distortion, making it difficult to separate personal grievance from performative outrage. These controversies underscore broader issues in streaming culture and online discourse. From allegations of assault to discussions about race, from platform double standards to the weaponization of academic credentials, the environment rewards visibility over ethics. Popularity does not equate to moral authority, and online clout can insulate individuals from consequences in ways that distort reality. For viewers, the takeaway is clear. Online fame amplifies both ideas and harm. Critical thinking, skepticism, and an awareness of context are essential. Just because someone commands attention on a platform does not mean their claims are accurate, ethical, or beyond reproach. In this world of high engagement and performative morality, the line between reality and spectacle is increasingly blurred. That's the current landscape surrounding Hasan Piker and his streamer circle. From victim narratives to harassment incidents, from racial commentary to platform bias, it is a vivid demonstration of how online popularity can amplify influence while undermining accountability. Understanding these dynamics is key to navigating the modern streaming ecosystem and distinguishing performative outrage from genuine discourse. The fallout has not been limited to online arguments. Sponsors, platforms, and professional relationships have started to shift. Hasan's public statements and controversial commentary have made certain brands hesitant to collaborate. Analysts note that repeated inflammatory rhetoric, even when framed as political critique, creates reputational risk for anyone associated with him. This isn't just a matter of opinion. It's about real-world consequences for income and career trajectory, which demonstrates how online behavior increasingly intersects with professional opportunity. At the same time, multi-streaming rumors have intensified. Viewers speculate that Hasan may be attempting to extend his influence by streaming across multiple platforms simultaneously, bypassing traditional Twitch restrictions. These claims remain unverified, but the mere discussion fuels his narrative of being unfairly targeted by both platforms and peers. It's a strategy commonly seen among high-profile streamers, generating speculation to dominate conversation, regardless of factual accuracy. Critics argue this behavior prioritizes engagement metrics over responsibility, turning controversy into a performance tool. Meanwhile, former collaborators and colleagues have gone public with concerns. Asmongold, for example, has highlighted Hasan's links to Night Media, raising questions about agency influence in managing content creators with controversial personas. According to sources, this network may prioritize virality and controversy over ethical considerations, feeding a feedback loop where extreme claims are rewarded with higher exposure and financial incentives. Observers see this as emblematic of broader systemic issues in influencer culture, where platform algorithms and management strategies can unintentionally incentivize harmful behavior. On the legal and regulatory side, platforms remain reactive. Twitch issued a 24-hour ban against Hasan following a controversial stream, citing violations of community guidelines. The ban was brief, prompting discussions about inconsistency in enforcement. Critics argue that minor content infractions often result in disproportionate attention when linked to high-profile figures, while serious incidents involving harassment or assault can be overlooked. This dual standard undermines trust in platform governance and raises questions about equity and moderation. The broader social implications are equally significant. Online communities built around streamers like Hasan operate in high-intensity echo chambers, where ideological alignment is often conflated with moral correctness. This creates an environment in which dissenting voices are marginalized, harassment is normalized, and accountability becomes a performative exercise rather than a practical reality. By framing conflict as a personal attack or political oppression, influential streamers can manipulate audience perception, reinforcing polarization and discouraging nuanced discourse. Fans and critics alike are beginning to recognize these patterns. On one hand, supporters praise Hasan's articulation of political ideas and his willingness to confront taboo topics. On the other hand, detractors note that his approach often exacerbates division, leveraging identity politics and hyperbolic rhetoric for entertainment value. The tension between influence and ethics is becoming increasingly visible, forcing viewers to question not just what is being said, but why it is being said and what real-world consequences may result. In this environment, personal behavior intersects with public perception. Allegations of assault, harassment, and unethical conduct are amplified through social media, magnifying the consequences of private actions. Even minor disputes can become viral events, reshaping careers and reputations overnight. The Hasan Piker saga serves as a case study in the volatile dynamics of modern online fame, where ideology, performance, and audience engagement converge. Accountability often lags behind visibility. As the controversy evolves, one thing remains clear: the online streaming ecosystem rewards attention, not virtue. Whether through sensational commentary, staged conflicts, or the strategic use of victim narratives, streamers who can dominate the conversation maintain cultural influence, often irrespective of the ethical implications. For the audience, the responsibility lies in critical engagement, separating spectacle from substance, questioning the motives behind content, and recognizing the broader social impact of influential personalities. And that's where we leave it for today. The story isn't just about one streamer, one controversy, or one platform. It's a reflection of a larger system, where influence, controversy, and audience engagement collide, and where every action online carries weight far beyond the screen. For Hasan Piker and figures like him, every stream, every comment, every viral clip isn't just content, it's a calculation. And for the viewers, Every like, share, and retweet shapes the culture we're all participating in. Whether we realize it or not, the lesson is clear. Online fame comes with power, and power comes with responsibility. The ecosystem rewards spectacle, but history remembers behavior. As we watch the next chapter unfold, the question isn't just who will rise or fall, it's how the audience, the platforms, and the culture respond to the consequences of influence in the digital age. That's the reality behind the headlines. That's the story beyond the streams.